personal development. What is personal development for a start? If you're not entirely sure what it is, basically it's about bettering yourself, about bettering your skills, your attributes, your mindset, your ambition, your focus. It's not about making the system better, as in Clean, Easy and K-Life. It's about making you better. So it could look something like engaging with something for 10 pages or 10 minutes, whatever it may be, or however long you would like to do for per day. It's really important that it's a daily thing, just to spend some quality time working on you. This is the bit, like I say, that most people don't understand. It is never-ending personal development. It's like a little bit of a journey, which is why I chose the footsteps presentation to show you tonight. But like I say, it is the bit that most people oversee and think just isn't important. So why is it important? Now, obviously, this is an American statistic, but I still think this is quite powerful. This is quite scary for me. 95% of the North American population are going to retire what would be considered at or below the poverty line at age 65, even after generating around $1 million in their lifetime. That's quite scary for me. 95% of people, and I know that's I appreciate that's North America, but you know, with given the economy and the way that the financial crisis is in our country, is it much different? I'm not sure. But to be in that top 5%, you need to do what the other 95% didn't do, basically. To be considered that top 5, to be that bit different, those top 5 did something that the other 95% didn't at the end of the day. And that's where this comes in, and it's this thing about entrepreneurship. It's living a few years of your life like most people won't, so that you can spend the rest of your life living like most people can't. Okay? So this is Jim Rohn. He's a really, really massive motivational speaker, personal development coach. He was coached himself. He was in a network marketing business. He's passed away now, sadly. But he says to have more, you have to become more. And I sort of resonate with this really well, because at the end of the day, if you were going to take a job promotion, there'd be certain skills you'd have to learn and certain things you'd have to employ, not just in your skill set and in terms of your role, but in terms of you as well. Thinking more along like the pastoral side of it, the more people you manage, the better you have to be at managing people, you know. So it comes naturally, you know, that we should be developing ourselves as managing ourselves and managing others and getting better at that, like we manage our businesses so well. He said level of income rarely exceeds level of personal development. So it seems to be massive, really massive, that you personally develop yourself as well as work on building your income as well, which is what we all join the business for. We all join to build the business to get some extra income. So it goes hand in hand with it, basically. You generally only change yourself out of inspiration or desperation. So why did you join the business? What were your reasons why? Have a think about that and just think, what do I really want to get from this business? What do I really want to? Is it something financial? Is it for my family? Is it for me? You know, what was the reason that you signed on the dotted line and said, you know what, I've got to give this a go? Okay, so there are different forms of personal development. The main one that I really like reading, so the main one for me is books. But I know personally for my mum, she doesn't often get time to sit down and read. And when she does, she's usually too tired and falls asleep with her face in the book. So my mum listens to CDs a lot when she's out in the car. We have a 6 CD changer in the car, and she just goes round and round listening to various personal speakers. Every so often she'll change them. Webinars are really good. I mean, this little meeting that you're in tonight is you're developing yourself because you've come on and you've got that dedication to come on and listen to what I've got to say, which is great. Videos and YouTube. I've discovered YouTube quite recently in terms of listening to personal development speakers like Jim Rohn. A lot of his trainings and his talks are on YouTube for you to have a listen to, and some are 2 hours long, some are 15 minutes long, and I stick one of those on while I'm making tea or something like that, just to have a listen to. It's, you know, it doesn't have to take hours out of your day, but the problem is it's so simple to do that it's also so simple not to do as well. So simple to forget to do as well. And meetings and conferences is the really important one. Getting yourself to meetings And just getting that motivation from being around like-minded people is a massive way of developing yourself personally, learning from successful people. And you only learn from successful people by spending time with them and learning what their habits are, you know, how they run their businesses. Is there anything in particular they do that really works? And that's what these trainings are about. It's about finding what works. So getting yourself to as many of them as possible is going to be really beneficial. Now, these are all the different books that I recommend. The first ones, Bar, Attitude is Everything, and The Slight Edge. They are all 8 of the 10 core books that the 10 steps system suggests, which is obviously the system that we follow. So GoPro is a really great book. It's 7 steps to becoming a network marketing professional, but it's a really easy read. It's really easy to take on board. Beach Money, again, really simple. You know, it's not got terminology that goes over your head. It's not like reading a textbook. It's stuff you can actually take in. Again, the GoPro and the 45-second presentation are similar. If you need to brush up on your people skills, Les Giblin's Skill with People and the Art of Dealing with People, they're really good for that. My 2 personal favourites on here, the first 2 books I picked up when I joined the business were The Compound Effect, Darren Hardy, and Attitude is Everything, Jeff Keller. The Compound Effect taught me that doing a little bit of something every day, chipping away at something every day, leads to a big massive impact. At the end of the day, Rome wasn't built in a day. It was built brick by brick, and so are our businesses. They're built by our advertising is built post by post. Our groups are built member by member. Our catalogue customers are built catalogue by catalogue. So it's only the same that everything is done. Sorry, I don't know why it's moving all at once. Everything is done page by page or CD by CD or minute by minute on YouTube for our personal development as well. Attitude is Everything taught me a lot about my attitude, and when something happens, the subliminal messages that you send to yourself in your head, you know, your immediate gut reaction to something and the attitude you take. And I didn't think that made as much of a bigger deal as it did, but it really does. I've started to notice, and since reading that book, I'm more conscious of that, I think. Like I say, there's 10 books there. I wouldn't recommend getting them all at once, obviously, because that's quite over-facing. But start with the one that you think appeals to you the most, if books are your thing. Personally, like I say, I'd recommend GoPro, The Compound Effect, or Attitude is Everything to start with. But all of them are absolutely great books. These 2 here are only really tiny. They take about half an hour to read. They're not much more than a leaflet. So if you wanted some light reading just to start off with, they're really great. What I'll do is I'll post all of these in our group so that you can have a look, and I'll show you where to find them as well soon later on. Okay, CDs, YouTube, like I say, my mum puts the CDs on in the car. I listen to YouTube at home when I've got 10-15 minutes going spare here and there. Sorry, my mother's she's just coming in. So like I say, Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, Dale Carnegie, Zig Ziglar, Darren Hardy, Wayne Dyer. There are hundreds of people out there that speak on a regular basis motivationally to help you develop yourself personally. And it's just about finding who's right for you. Have a look through YouTube and see what you think, see who you think appeals to you the most, because there are different people that appeal to everybody. I personally don't like Jim Rohn too much, but I could listen to Darren Hardy all day. But then some people love Jim Rohn. You know, his books are their Bibles, so it is just about finding the person who's right for you. Okay, before you decide what you're going to do, you must decide first who you're going to be. Like I say, it's about finding out through personal development what type of person you want to be, and knowing what you need to do to get there, knowing what you need to do with your business to get there as well. Okay, so what next? Amazon's a really great place to start for books. And if you have Amazon Prime, obviously you get free delivery as well, which is a nice advantage. Knowledge is King do a book club. Knowledge is King is a website, and like I say, I'll post a link to that for you. It's knowledgeisking.co.uk. But they run a book club, and it averages about £10 per month. And what they will do is they'll send you the next up-and-coming book of the month, basically, every month in, month out. So it averages, each book varies slightly in price, but it averages out at £10 a month. But like I say, get straight onto YouTube. YouTube is free. It's the quickest way to access all of this information that I've given you tonight. I'll post the names of the people who I know about so far who are personal development, motivational speakers. Meetings, like I say, are the best way of motivating and personally developing yourself, because you get a chance, particularly at the official Clean Easy meetings, to hear the best network speakers there are, to hear the people that have been there, done it, got the t-shirt, the people that read the personal development, and they often can point you in the right direction to other motivational speakers as well, which will help you. So I've just put up here the summer showcase is Saturday the 4th of June at the NEC in Birmingham. I've not added that bit on, and I should have done. The code for that is 05800 when you're ordering online if you need to get your ticket. If it's your first conference that you'll have been to, then when you put your little when you get your ticket scanned on the day, what they'll do is credit your account for the £20 that it costs you to buy the ticket. So really, you get to come for free, which is great. But get in touch with your upline if you need maybe any help booking your ticket, any help thinking about how you're going to get there. If you wanted to jump in with somebody else, for example, we can work on that. Bear with me, I'm just getting some information from my upline.
If they ring head office and tell them it's the first showcase, they will just get a ticket sent free. They don't have to mess about getting credit.
Ah, fantastic. Okay, so rather than ordering it online, if you give head office a ring and let them know that you want to book a ticket for your first showcase, what they'll just do is they'll send you a ticket for free straight away, so you don't have to mess around with getting your ticket scanned, then getting your credit, etc., etc. They'll give you one for free straight away. Okay, so get in touch with your upline, like I say, if you're thinking about how you're going to get there, or we'll do our best to make sure you can get there, because you do really, really need to be there. It is a whole day of a thing, but it's so much fun and you learn so much. You come away absolutely buzzing and knowing what you've got to do with your business next, and it's so important that you get there. Okay, so that's me, guys. Like I say, it literally is only going to be a short one tonight. I'm 7 whole minutes early, and we started late, which is great. I'm never early, as Mary and my mum will know, and they'll probably be chuckling away to themselves now. So if you need anything, you know where to find us. Message me on Facebook, message my mum, message Mary.